Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are going to learn about identifying a research problem. By the end of this learning, we hope you should able to define a research problem, identify criteria of research problem, able to describe quantitative research and qualitative research, and able to identify strategies and the 5 elements of a statement of the problem. Well, what is a research problem? Research problem can define as an educational issue, concern, or controversy that the investigator presents and justifies in a research study. A research problem or statement of the problem usually introduced in the opening of the paragraph. If you want to identify the problem, you can find out in the opening of the paragraph. And a good research problem is when it can clearly identify the problem. Before you begin a research project, start by posing several questions and then write down short answers to them, like what is the specific controversy or issue that I need to address? Why is the problem important? How will my study add to what we already know about this problem? And who will benefit from I learn about this problem? Next, why a research problem is important? Because a research problem can assist policymakers when they make decisions, help teachers and school officials solve practical problems, and provide researchers with a deeper understanding of educational issues. It's why a research problem is important. It sets the stage for the entire study. The research problem needs to stand on its own and be recognized as a distinct step because it represents the problem addressed in the study. How does the research problem differ from other parts of research? Let's see distinguishing among the topic, research problem, purpose, and research question in this example. In this example, a researcher begins with a broad topic, distance learning. The research problem in this study, lack of students in distance education classes. The purpose statement is to study why students do not attend distance education classes at a community college. And research question, does the use of website technology in the classroom deter students from enrolling in a distance education class? You can see the difference, and it's give information from general to specific. Can and should problems be researched? You can consider some questions like, can you gain access to people? Can you gain access to site? Can you find time? Can you find locate resources? And can you use skill? Just because a problem exists and an author can clearly identify the issue does not mean that the researcher can or should investigate it. Then there are 5 ways to assess whether you should research a problem, such as study the problem if the study will fill a gap or void in the exciting literature, study the problem if your study extends past research or examines the topic more thoroughly, study the problem if the study replicates a past study but examines different participants and different research. Study the problem if the study gives voice to people silence, not heard or rejected in society, and study the problem if the study informs practice. Okay, now let's see the differentiate between quantitative research and qualitative research. In quantitative research, you use a measure variable and assess the impact of the variable on outcome. Whereas in qualitative research, learn about the view of individual and exist of process over time. Next, in quantitative research, use a test theory or broad explanation, and also apply result to a large number of people. Whereas in qualitative research, use general theories based on participant perspective and obtain detailed information about a few people or research site. After you have identified your research problem, it is time to begin writing about the problem in a statement of the problem section that introduce your research study, namely the educational topic, the research problem, a justification for the problem based on past research and practice, deficiencies or shortcomings of past research or practice, and the importance of addressing the problem for diverse audience. By identifying these 5 elements, you can easily understand introduction to research studies and write good introduction for your own research reports. Okay, thank you for your attention. See you next time, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.